everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Under-5, a series where I take a big, complex, super massive, incredible topic and try to explain it to you guys in 5 minutes or less. But first, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below so you can see more amazing Under-5 videos. One of the first videos I made on my channel was about straw bans and why we shouldn't be banning straws because of people with disabilities who don't have a good, sustainable alternative to plastic straws, and how current alternatives just don't meet their needs. Today, I wanted to expand on that idea a little bit more because there are plenty of other ways we discriminate against people with disabilities in the environmental community. And the thing is, if we want to be able to live in a sustainable world, we have to be more inclusive. This is actually such a big issue that it even has a name. It's called Eco-Ableism. So what is it? Eco-Ableism is just another form of ableism, or discrimination in favor of able-bodied people. A very common example of this is having a building with no elevator. If a building with multiple floors only has stairs and no elevator, all the upper levels can't be accessed by people with mobility issues. That is discrimination, and it really isn't fair. How does this then become an issue for environmentalists? Well, environmentalists often envision this beautiful utopia, sustainable world where everyone is walking or riding their bikes to their jobs and stores, where you can just pick fruit off trees on the street or go to the grocery store and get fruit that has zero plastic packaging and is all sustainable, and yeah, you get it. But what we often forget to picture in this utopian world is people with disabilities. We forget that people with physical disabilities can't always walk everywhere or can't ride a bike. We forget that pre-packaged, pre-cut foods are necessary for someone who doesn't have the ability to hold a knife. We forget that someone who has mobility issues might not be able to reach up and pick up fruit from a tree on the street or be able to tend their own garden. We can't be truly sustainable if we don't consider everyone's needs, and this is why the 3 pillars of sustainability are so important. I won't go into detail of them again here, but if you want to check out that video where I discuss the 3 pillars of sustainability, you can click this link up here. But the short of it is we need to be inclusive with how we think of sustainability and environmentalism. Eco-ableism is a very real issue. Now, how do we deal with it? The most important thing we can do is have people with disabilities be a part of the conversation. Best person who can tell us what a person with a disability needs is the person with a disability. So when we're talking about sustainable alternatives and policies, it's extremely important we have people with disabilities there giving their own input, and we ensure that their needs are met. The next thing we should do is stop putting guilt on people that can't live a perfect, sustainable, zero waste, 100% vegan lifestyle. For people with disabilities, and a lot of other people for that matter, it's just not realistic or possible to live that kind of lifestyle. And let's be honest, the perfect zero waste, sustainable, 100% vegan lifestyle really doesn't exist in today's world. Don't put guilt on someone because they aren't perfect. Encourage them to do the best they can and make changes where they can, because doing some sustainable things is better than doing absolutely nothing. The last thing you should do is support policies that don't impact lifestyle. For example, rather than supporting a straw ban, support a carbon tax or renewable energy policy. Because at the end of the day, the biggest polluters are large-scale corporations, not your neighbor in a wheelchair. If we want to have a positive impact on the environment, we need to focus on the top polluters to have the biggest change, and not put guilt and blame on people because they aren't doing enough in your eyes. As I always say, we can make positive change happen. We just got to put our efforts and energy into the right places. And in all honesty, beating up the disabled person isn't the right place to be putting your energy. We need to be inclusive if we want change to happen, and we need to be thinking about these people too in this sustainable world that we envision. With that is all the time I have for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like down below, that way I know. And also subscribe to the channel to join the journey to living more sustainably. If you'd like to keep up on my own journey to living more sustainably in between uploads, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all linked down below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.